All right. Welcome, everybody. How you doing? Joe McCall here. This is a special little webinar I'm going to do. Will probably be an hour to an hour and a half. I'm hoping, maybe less. We'll see. But on this webinar, I'm going to be talking about a survey that I just did recently. And the results of the survey were pretty cool, surprising in some ways not. But one of the things that came out to me in the survey was people are overwhelmed. They just don't know where to start. And I'm going to do my best to try to resolve that, fix it. So you don't have to worry anymore about what to do next. It's going to be really clear what you should be focusing on and maybe what you shouldn't be focusing on. Let me just ask you right now in the chat, and some of you are watching on YouTube and Facebook, or you're here in Zoom with me. How many of you right now are just a little overwhelmed? Say yes, me, I am. Type in the chat. Now, by the way, just so you know, on Zoom, everybody can see your chat. Just like if you're on YouTube or Facebook, everybody can see you now. So don't be ashamed or embarrassed. In fact, you're going to see, if you look at the responses here, we are all in good company. Sometimes I get overwhelmed. Yes. Is anybody here not overwhelmed right now? Say I'm not, or no. Nobody. Nope. Sylvian. Cool. Sylvain. Business and personal overwhelm. I'm not sure if I'm overwhelmed. I'm just plugging away slowly. That's awesome, Ken. Okay, I would say, just looking at my responses here, similar to what the survey that I did to my list, most people are overwhelmed. And I get it. It's easy to be overwhelmed when you're just being bombarded with all of these things that you think you've got to do. And you're now even maybe thinking, well, Joe's all of a sudden now for the last year has been talking about vacant land, and he was talking about houses, and oh, I don't know what, I like this vacant land stuff. It sounds awesome, but my gosh, where do I start? There's 20 other people that are teaching land right now. It seems like everybody, and then you're worried about competition, and you're worried about, man, this is working really, really well, but is it still working anymore now that everybody's talking about it? Now that you're when you have that interest in that hot pink Ferrari, and then you think, I'm going to get a hot pink Ferrari because nobody has it. And then you know what happens when you go out there, you're going to start seeing a bunch of hot pink Ferraris. Well, they were always there before. You just never saw them. Now, maybe hot pink Ferrari is a bad example. Maybe it's not, but you're going to see them. So you're all excited about this thing, and now you're getting into it. Now you're thinking a lot about it, and you see a ton of other people doing it, and you're a little intimidated by it. But I think one of the things that really, really trips people up the most is just this overwhelming sense of, you think you got to do it all. You think you got to do it all. You think you have to understand steps 1 through 8 before you do steps 1 and 2. Okay, Ed, I get your point, but I've never seen a hot pink Ferrari. But you will someday, I swear. Now that we've talked about hot pink Ferraris, I bet somebody on this Zoom or on YouTube, Facebook right now will see a hot pink Ferrari in the next week. And if you do, take a picture of it and send it to me. All right, so we're distracted. We're distracted by shiny objects. Okay, you say, I want to do land. Now what? Now what do I do? Okay, well, I got to go get an LLC. All right, go do that. I got to get a website. Go do that. Fine. Okay, I got to pick a good market. Now, oh my gosh, there's like 3,000 counties in the United States. And then you do what I tell you, and you go to LandWatch, and you go to Zillow, and you find, okay, well, good. I got a couple good states here I'm going to go with. Oh, but now there's 100 counties in each state. What am I going to do now? Well, okay, Joe said to just pick the top 20. Now, okay, now I've got 20 in this state and 20 in this state. What do I do now? I want to just encourage you all to just simplify everything here and focus. One of the first things you got to do is focus on one strategy. The first strategy, like if you're trying to chase 2 bunnies, you'll catch neither of them. How does that phrase go? It's like a famous thing that Indians used to say. You need to pick one bunny and go after it with an intense focus. Focus will make you rich. Shiny objects will make you go blind. Now, the sun, and I wish I could remember where I saw this. I don't remember the numbers, but it's just like a gazillion joules of energy that are focused on this entire planet right now. It's actually focusing on our entire solar system from the center out, right? Giant fireball with gazillion joules of energy. It's like, brrr. Why and how it doesn't just nuke us and burn us, I don't know. The way God made the earth, he protects us from that kind of thing, right? So anyway, but still, all that gazillion joules of energy is focused on this piece of paper right here. It doesn't burn up. It's just there. It's still there. You get a magnifying glass. And then what happens? That magnifying glass focuses all that energy on a single point. And then what happens? It starts a fire. It burns. It gets hot. The power of focused energy on a single thing will produce amazing, predictable, consistent results. So if you get anything out of what I'm telling you here, as a result of this survey that I did, it is this: focus, 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 focus. I want to challenge you to focus on one strategy, like land or housing or commercial or apartments, whatever it is for you, storage units. I want you to choose one strategy and commit for a year to focus on that, nothing else. Now that you've got that one strategy, let's say, hopefully it's land. Okay. I'm going to do land. Now I want you to focus on just one state for now, just one state. All right. Now you've got 100 counties in that state. Find the ones with the most solds and focus then on just that one county that has the most solds. Cool. Great. Now you got a list. Focus on just one marketing channel. Just one marketing channel on that list. Pull a list. I'll show you how to do this. This is easy stuff. Focus on that one list, that one marketing channel. What is it? I don't know. Maybe direct mail, maybe cold calling. For now, just direct mail. Stick with that. Letter, postcard, handwritten letters, handwritten envelopes, window envelopes. Should I use yellow paper, red ink, blue ink, blah? Doesn't matter. Just pick one. Stop getting distracted. Just pick one. Do the one I give you on my course. It's a yellow. It's not yellow. It's a white piece of paper, typed text, very simple, Times New Roman font, 12 size font. It just doesn't matter. Just pick it. Go for it. Okay. Now, you may not have a huge budget. That's fine. Maybe print and send 20 letters a day, but that's all you're going to do. Just that. Have I worried at all yet about where am I going to get the money? The title company, closing the deals. Have I worried at all yet about how does the paperwork or the contracts, or what if the realtor tells me you can't sell that until you own it? All of that stuff. Have I worried about any of that yet? No. But 90% of you haven't even gotten this far yet. You're not even sending the marketing out. You're not even making offers yet. Okay, so you've decided today, I'm going to focus on this one thing. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm just focusing on this strategy, this one state, this one county, this one marketing channel. Direct mail goes to voicemail. Cool. That's all. That's it. Now the lead comes in. Now you see what I'm doing here? I'm not asking what if, I'm just asking what next. Does this inspire anybody? Type it in the chat. I want to make sure you guys are with me. Is this helpful at all? All right, I'm getting some yeses. Thank you. Keep it simple. So now you got leads coming in. Well, there's 5 different ways you can make offers. Maybe I should make them a cash offer, an owner financing offer, a lease option offer, subject to offer. What's there? Is there? I'm talking houses or land here. Is there a mortgage? Is there this or that? Like, oh my gosh, what's my exit strategy? Am I going to sell it for cash, or I'm going to sell it with owner financing? Forget all of that right now. And if you want something simple, like a real simple way just to make an offer, take the average of the lowest 4 solds in that area. Now, if you're doing land, do a price per acre. Just take an average of the lowest 4 solds times 75%. That's your offer. Simple as that. Because here's the thing. Your speed to income is directly proportional to the number of offers that you make. If you've heard me say that 100 times, you've heard me say it 1,000,000 times. Your speed to implementation, your speed to income is directly proportional to the amount of implementation, the amount of action that you decide to take today. So it goes to say, if you look at a graph, time, money. Maybe it's the other way around. Time, money. Okay, my camera's backwards. I'm looking at a graph. I wish I should have gotten my iPad out. Okay. If there's a direct correlation between the number of offers that you make. So the number of offers you make would be on the X axis, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I should have thought of this earlier, but you have this graph. The more offers you make, the more money you're going to make. It's as simple as that. So if you're frustrated because you're not making any money, let me ask you something. How much or how many offers have you made? Jeffrey, good question. The offer that you make, 75% or 25%? It depends on, like, if you're finding a bunch of sold comps at like $1,000, that's kind of where you need to be. You're not going to make an offer at 25% of $1,000. Depends on if the solds you're looking at are investor solds or retail buyer solds. Okay, so focus on just one thing at a time. What is most important? This is the whole, I can end this webinar right now because this is all I want to talk about. I'm going to talk a lot more than this, but like, you need to stop asking how, start asking who. You need to start thinking about what is the next thing I got to do, not the what ifs. What if this happens? What if that happens? You need to stop worrying about steps 7 and 8, because that's going to get you overwhelmed and completely frustrated. You need to focus just on steps 1 and 2. And what is step 1 and 2 for you right now? It's going to be different for everybody. It's going to be different for everybody. So you need to be focused on, all right, next step. What's the next thing I got to do? Pull a list. Okay, great. Pull a list. Now what do I do? Next thing I got to do? Send them some postcards. Boom, I'm going to do that now. So I'm sending some postcards. I'm not worried yet about what to say to them, how to talk to them, how to make the offers. I'm going to worry about that when it needs to be worried about. I'm asking what next, not what if. So the other thing is, stop trying to have all your I's dotted, all your T's crossed. Okay, now I got a mind map to share with you here because I think this will be helpful. Maybe make my thoughts a little more clear on where I'm going with all this. And I'll share this with you right now. And then at the end, if you remind me, I will give you a link to this mind map. Let me know if you can see my mind map right now. Say something in the chat. While you're typing in, I'm just going to make sure I'm on the YouTubes. There I am. No, just kidding. That's not me. I am in the YouTubes. All right. So real quick, just show you the survey kind of results that I have. 43%, nothing's going on right now. I'm not sure where to start. 32%, struggling, not sure where to go. So 50, what is that? 74%, 75%, struggling, not sure what to do. And then another 21%, we're just okay doing deals here and there. What's working well for you right now? A lot of you said things like land, houses, wholesaling, and other. So I'm assuming the other was like you're doing some land and some houses. What's not working well for you right now? Well, this was like pick any that matters. Pick any that are relevant to you. You're overwhelmed. You're finding time struggling with finding time to work on the business. Raising money is an issue. Marketing is an issue. Selling the deals, comping the properties are not as big. But here it is. You're overwhelmed. You're finding the time. You have a full-time job. You have families. I get it. Okay. How big of a concern is the economy? A lot of people are concerned about the economy. This is why you're here right now. What do you need the most help with right now? These are the, in order from high to low, what people were saying. Getting started, number 1. Finding the money, I'm surprised, was number 2. But up there with getting started was simplifying things, setting up the systems, and things like that. Yes, Sam, that'd be good. By the way, Sam just reminded me that those of you that filled out this survey, there was a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. Sam, just check with Dana to make sure we've not already awarded it to somebody. But if we haven't, then we can announce the winner right now. Okay, so back to this mind map. Here's the thing about this that I want to share with you guys. Success in this business is 85% belief, 15% technical. I don't like hearing that. That has always bothered me because I don't know. I guess I'm pretty, I don't want to say I'm gullible, but it's easy to convince me that something will work. If I see an idiot doing this stuff who is not nearly as smart as I am, or as good looking as I'm just being facetious here, right? But if I see that ding dong doing land deals over there, then certainly this guy could do it as well. So I don't have a problem believing that you can make money in this business. I just know it because I see people that are doing it and I know I'm smarter than them. And if they can do it, I can do it, right? So this statement has always bothered me, that success is 85% belief, but 15% technical, right? Well, why though was I a professional student for 3 years before doing any deals? So I overanalyzed everything and I tried to complicate everything and I didn't focus. And you know why I didn't focus? Because really, I didn't actually believe that I could do it. I really didn't. Hold on a second. And the 15% technical, I was really good at the technical stuff, but I wasn't making any money. Why not? Because I didn't believe you could. I didn't believe the system worked. I didn't believe that if I just followed this and this and this, these simple steps, that it would actually work. I had to go in there and change it. I had to go chase another shiny object. I had to go watch another program, buy another thing to get another magic pill that would work and fix it and make it better. It wasn't until I told this story a million times. My back was against the wall. I was hemorrhaging cash and my bank account was negative. We were 3 months behind on our mortgage. I had lost all of my rental properties, foreclosures, short sales, and things like that. Completely a wreck, a mess. My back was against the wall and I said, I've got to figure this out. And I wanted to learn wholesaling. I had bought at the time 20 programs and books and courses and things like that. Very frustrated. But then I finally said, all right, I've got to learn wholesaling. At the time it was houses. I'm going to learn wholesaling. I'm going to buy one more program and I'm going to do what the guy says to do. And I'm not going to change anything about it. I'm not going to change it. And I'm going to focus on one thing and I'm just going to do what he says to do. I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to doubt it. I'm going to believe that it works. And I'm going to believe that the way this guy says to do it is the way to do it. I'm not going to try to get distracted by a million other things. Got a haircut today. I just might shave the whole thing off. I'm just holding on to what little I got. My head is scratchy. All right, it's itchy. So anyway, I bought this guy's course, Chris Chico's. I said, Chris, I'm going to do what you said. And at the time, it was a course called Absentee Owner Profits. And he taught how to pull a list of absentee owners that even at the time in 2007 and 8, I thought everybody's targeting these guys. And his postcards, I thought Chris Chico's postcards are ugly. Everybody's sending those postcards. But you know what? I did what he said to do. I found the top zip codes. I sent his ugly, stupid postcard to the same dumb list that everybody else is mailing to. But I'm just going to do what he says to do. I'm not going to question it or change it. Am I getting to you here? This business is 15% tactical, 85% up here. The most important real estate you'll ever invest in is the 4 inches between your ears. Some of you, it's like 12 inches because you got such a big head. But most of us, 4 inches in between our ears. That's the most important real estate you'll ever invest in. All right. So I did what Chris said to do, and I didn't change anything. And within a couple months, I did my first wholesaling deal, made about $13,000. And the seller was practically begging me to buy her house. I all of a sudden understood, oh my gosh, there are really actually motivated sellers out there that will sell their property to me at 50, 60 cents on the dollar. I didn't believe it could happen. I was shocked. This seller was practically begging me to buy her house. I kept on turning her down because I didn't have any buyers out there. I didn't have a title company out there. I was overanalyzing it. I thought, oh my gosh, this was a 3-unit multifamily, no comps, way out in the sticks, an hour outside of St. Louis. And I just thought, no. And so she kept on begging me, and I looked, I couldn't find comps, and she kept on begging me to buy her or make her an offer. She had it listed the year before for like 150 or something like that, maybe 140. I don't remember. And I said, all right, I will, I'll offer you 50. I pulled that number out of, you know what? I said, I'll give you 50 for it. I offered her $50,000. She said yes, without hesitation. So I've told the story many times. I couldn't believe it. In fact, I knew she was elderly. I was afraid I was going to get accused of taking advantage of an elderly woman. So I met her with her son with the contract. I didn't know. I didn't listen to Chris in this part. I gave her $1,000 earnest money deposit in cash or maybe a check. Because she said she wanted it. And I said, okay. And you never do that. You always give your earnest money deposit to the title company or escrow company, right? So anyway, turns out I put a sign in the property. I got wise, started listening again back to what Chris was saying to do. Stick a sign in the yard. Put a sign in the yard, started getting tons of calls the next day. I sold it. I got a call the next day or that day from a realtor saying, we'll buy it. And then I'm thinking, oh no, it's a realtor. I start freaking out, hyperventilating, overanalyzing. Like, oh no, it's a realtor. Realtors don't like wholesalers. They don't like investors. How am I going to make money on this thing? I don't even own it yet. How can I sell it if I don't own it? And I told the realtor, I said, I just have to be honest with you. I have it under contract to buy it. I don't own it yet. And I just thought I would sell it. And he said, no big deal. My buyer's a cash buyer. I know what you guys do. He wants it. I said, wow, okay. I said, also, I don't have any of the leases on this property. All these tenants are week to week. I have not even seen the inside of it. The owner goes there every week and knocks on the door. And if they're home, she gets the cash. It's like, she's just done with it. And I don't know how much work it needs. You have to assume that it's a full gut rehab. I have no idea. And the guy said, well, okay, not a big deal. It's a good price. 65 grand I'm selling this thing for. If you would have asked me, would a seller ever sell me a property that was worth, well, they had tried to sell a year before for 150. She would sell it to me for $50,000. Ever in your wildest dreams, did you have imagined that could happen to you? When you're looking at vacant land, do you really think that a seller would sell you their vacant lot at 25 cents on the dollar? It's belief, isn't it? The answer is yes. This is why when you're making offers, doing the business, and you're making offers at 25, 35 cents on the dollar, and you're getting screamed at and yelled at, called all kinds of names, and you're getting discouraged because you made 10 offers and they were all rejected and they were all no, and they all got mad at you. And now you're discouraged. It's a numbers game. If you stick with it, you mark my words, you're going to get a seller that says, okay, yes. It may be the 30th offer, maybe the 50th offer, but there's Ken, the circumstances change. Sometimes sellers just need some time to cook, to realize, oh, I can't get that out. you need to follow up with them. All right. So anyway, bam, there you go. I wholesaled the deal, used a title company, used the realtor, made $13,000 net profit on this deal. And I became a believer. And guess what? Cash problems. Well, I was going to say cash problems gone. Kinda. We were in the middle of this short sale on this house. We had to find another property to move into. It was a mess. My wife was, I almost said 10 months pregnant. She was 7 months pregnant. It was a really, really difficult time in our life as a family because of the market crash. So anyway, make a short story long. What did I learn from that? I learned very early on that there is power in implementation, taking massive action, even though I didn't understand everything that was going to happen, how it all worked from A to Z. I trusted the process. I did what Chris Chico said to do. I took it one step at a time, and I did a deal. And I figured out, oh my gosh, there are sellers out there that are very motivated, that don't care what they bought it for. They don't care what the property is worth, and they will sell it to me at a huge, massive discount. Really? Yes. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. I'm looking over here at my bookshelf, and there's a course from a company called Preig. I don't know what it stands for. Professional Real Estate Investing Group, PREIG. Maybe some of you know them. I paid them $13,000 about 3 years when I was in this whole story, about 3 years prior to this, maybe 2. I bought this course on credit cards, spent $13,000 on this thing. A lot of money for me at the time. My wife was on board, which was cool. But 13 grand on 2 or 3 different credit cards on a real estate program that I promised her and I swore that I would do. Got on the calls though, fear. I was intimidated. I was afraid to make a mistake. I was afraid to look stupid. They told me what to do. They told me at the very beginning, you're going to have to talk to sellers. You're going to have to talk to realtors. You're going to need to get on the phone and start doing stuff. And I didn't want to. I thought, oh, there's got to be an easier way to do this. The other thing that was going on in my head, I was like, this is too simple. It's too easy. I spent 13 grand to have them tell me what I already know. I started getting a little frustrated with that. But no, I promised my wife I would start doing something with it. I'd start doing it. It's funny, the guy who sold us on the phone, his last name is McCall, and I still keep in touch with that guy. But I started getting mad at myself and the company, blaming them because I thought I was signing up with this big guru. It was actually just another company that he was selling coaching through them. And I only got to, talk to him maybe once or twice a year at a live event. But, he did do monthly group coaching calls, but whatever. I never did anything with that. I look at that course there and I keep it on my shelf to remind me of my stupidity. Because I look at that course now and it is 99% gold. Why I didn't do anything with it then, I don't know, but I was in my head. I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think I deserved it. I didn't think that it would work. What if it did work? I was afraid of success and I was afraid of failure. I was afraid of doing something that was too simple, would make me feel or look stupid, would put me out there, would push me out of my comfort zone. So I deal with this all the time, guys. If you see my, I can't switch cameras right now, but over here I have some big awards for courses that I've sold and programs and coaching things that I've done. And I've sold millions and tens of millions of dollars in education, coaching services, done for marketing, consulting products and stuff like that. And I love teaching. This is why I'm doing this right now. I just love teaching this stuff. But through all the years I've been doing this, and a lot of the people I know, the success rate is very frustratingly low. Why is that? Well, I'm telling you right now why it is. Because we're not focused on doing the things that we should be doing. Every one of you here that are watching me right now on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, you already know what you need to do, don't you? You do. You already know what you need to do. You just haven't done it yet. You know up here what you need to do, but something's holding you back. you're getting whenever somebody like me is talking to you and is pushing you a little bit out of your comfort zone, you're like, that sounds okay. I get it. Let me study that a little more. Let me go watch a video on that, or read a podcast, listen to a podcast, or read a book, or buy another course on how to do that. Oh, here's a shiny object. Let me go after that. Focus will make you what? Rich. Focus will make you rich. So let's dive a little bit more deeper into that. And I'm going to share the mind map. But first, we have a winner. So that survey that I sent out to, if you all are on my list, you saw me talk about it. Rob Mercado. Boom. Rob Mercado, you won a $100 Amazon gift card receipt, gift certificate. All right. Rob Mercado, somebody will, if you're here watching me, I don't know if you are on this right now. Rob, you are. Rob is here. Hey, man, you win or won the $100 Amazon gift card. So somebody from my team will email you. I have your email address here, and we'll give you some details about that. Cool. Congrats, Rob. Thanks for filling out the survey that I did. All right, let's get back to my mind map, because I got some things I want to dive into this. And some of this I already said, so I'm just going to be jumping through this pretty quickly. Here's the thing. You've got to believe that this stuff works, and you've got to believe that it'll work for you. So step number one, I want you to write this down. This is serious. This is like just the act of writing this down on a keypad in the comments, whether you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, just the act of writing this down will help you break through these mental blocks. All right. You got to say this. I believe that whatever it is, wholesaling houses, flipping vacant land, buying multifamily storage units, whatever. I believe that flipping land works. I believe that wholesaling houses works. Maybe it's the BRRRR strategy. Write that down right now. Thank you, Brian. I believe that flipping land works. I believe that flipping land works. I believe that flipping land will work for me. Oh, Ken, you're getting ahead of yourself. I just want you to say, yes, I believe that XYZ works. I believe that I can make money wholesaling land, flipping houses. Type it in the chat. I want some more in here. All right. Good. Nice. Now it's starting to come in. There we go. Now I want you to write this down. I believe that it will work for me. And I want you to capitalize me. I believe that it will work for me. Capitalize me. Maybe type in your name. I believe that flipping land will work for Sonia Holmes, will work for Rich Williams, Ken Dodd, Cassie Perry, Yolanda Johnson, David Crockford, Brian Young. Type this in. I believe that flipping land will work for me, Mark, for Daniel Williams, Lucy. Okay. Does that feel just a little better? Just the fact that you are writing this down, does that make you feel like, get you a little excited? It got me excited. I got little goosebumps. All right. This is good. All right. There you go, Rich. I believe land flipping will work for me. All right, you guys are getting it. Even listen, seriously, even if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook right now, type it in the comments. And maybe even take it a step further and share it with your social profiles. Share the video on this to your YouTube channel audience, your Facebook audience, Twitter. It's something to say it, but then it's another thing to spread the message out and say, hey, I'm letting the world know that I'm taking this real estate thing seriously today. I am a land flipper. And I'm going to be doing vacant land flipping because it works for me. So stay tuned. And then when you get your first shut up check, you'll post that on the same channel. Okay. Guys, it all starts here. I'm trying to slam on the table. It all starts here. Do you believe that it can happen? Do you believe that it can happen to you? Because if you don't, we're dead in the water. You just might as well jump off this webinar, shut down YouTube, go watch Mr. Beast or something else, right? Like, it all starts here. So stop being a yeah butter. Who are you going to be? Are you going to be a real estate investor? Say it out loud. Now, some of you are going to be like, I can't do this because I'm not going to spend much time on this because I've already have been. And I'll share this with you guys on the at the end of this webinar. So please remind me. I'm going to share this with you. There's some good stuff in here. Life's going to throw you curveballs, setbacks, obstacles, failures. How you handle them is everything. You're going to make mistakes. We're all going to fail many times, actually. But you know what? That is okay. It's important to understand and accept failure. And I got to say this too, because you're going to make mistakes. It's not going to be perfect bed and roses for you all the way through your journey. You're going to, at times, make a bad offer, get a bad offer accepted, waste a bunch of time on marketing that doesn't work. But you know what? The people that do succeed are the ones who bounce back from it. So in terms of this, believing that it will work, also having a realistic expectation that when you do have setbacks and obstacles, you're going to decide today that you're going to blow right through them. You're going to blow right through them. The most successful people have bounced back. Everybody in business who is successful today, who's made a lot of money, is very rich, done a lot of deals, they have failed many, many times. That's a common universal thing. Which goes to say, be careful about ever taking business advice from somebody who has never failed or who doesn't talk about their failures. I've made lots of failures and mistakes. That's how you learn. And that's good. Embrace it. Okay, we'll talk about objections later. If you're overwhelmed, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to cover this right now, but in the mind map, I'm going to give you this at the end. I put 10 tips down to avoid overwhelm, procrastination. And you can get some more details on this. But number one, starting with set realistic goals, start small, use a planner, schedule your time, block your time, use a timer, take some breaks, eliminate distractions, use positive self-talk, and find an accountability partner. So some real quick, simple tips. That's not 10, is it? It's a little less than 10. That's 8 tips. Okay. To just check that out. I don't want to spend too much time on that because we got a bunch to cover. How bad do you want this? How big is your why? Are you going to decide today to be a massive action taker? You need to choose today to be decisive, to say yes to yourself and to your goals. It's actually not that hard. It's not that far out of your reach. It's a lot easier than you think. I can say that because I'm on the other side. At the beginning, when I was getting started, it was overwhelming. It was like this huge mountaintop, right? But that's why you're here today. I'm going to be your Sherpa, right? I'm going to tell you, all right, here's base camp 1, base camp 2, base camp 3, nobody climbs up Mount Everest in one giant one-day thing. They go to base camps. And so a good coach, whether it's me or anybody, is going to say, we're not going to here's what a bad coach does. All right, you want to climb Mount Everest? Great. Here's 20 books to read. Here's 10 maps. You're going to need 5 different hiking boots. You're going to need 2 different backpacks. You're going to need this sleeping bag and then this one and this one. You're going to need these 4 different kinds of tents. And here you go. Go at it. Have fun. Let me know how it goes. Send me a testimonial when you get to the top. No, a good coach is going to say, all right, you need to get to base camp 1, and you're just going to need these 4 tools to get there. And I'm going to go with you. I'm going to be your Sherpa. I'm going to have these other people, these systems and tools that are going to carry this stuff for you. And let's go. That's what a good coach does. Now, when you get to base camp 1, base camp 2 is, let's send our first letters, our postcards out. All right. So all we need are these 3 things. So let's go, pack up the tent, leave with tent, whatever. And then we go to the next one. And then we're going to use these Sherpas, these tools to carry your stuff, these systems to do this stuff and get you there. You understand? So it's not this big game where you are overwhelmed with all these things you got to do, this huge list of the stuff, all these different tools to use. let's break it up into milestones. I wish I had an image to show this to you to make it simpler to understand. But you just have to be decisive and to say yes today that you're going to get to base camp number 1, then base camp number 2. So don't worry about all the other base camps. We're not going to get to Everest in one night. But if you have a big enough why, maybe it's your family, maybe it's just so you can quit your job, take some more vacations, work from home, whatever it is for you, what is your big why? If that's big enough, you can see the peak up there, but then you're going to see the next base camp and you're going to have the willpower and the determination and the stick-to-itiveness. And I'm going to refuse to quit. And you're going to get to that base camp. And that's how you make success in this business. Is that helpful? How bad do you want this? Okay. So it's talking also about now, setting realistic goals. I just want to show you a few things on this. You got to have a plan. Most people set unrealistic plans and they set themselves up to fail. And if you plan to fail, you plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So you have to make sure your plan has realistic components in it, things that you control. Okay. One of the things I want to talk about real quickly here is because some of you want a big business. You want to make $100,000 a year, but you have no idea how you came up with that number. You want to make 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month. How did you come up with that? Where does that come from? And that in itself can be a little overwhelming to people. All right. Let me explain to you what I mean. If you want to make 100 grand a year, it's because you just think that's a good, nice round number. Maybe you don't need to make 100 grand a year to quit your job. Maybe you only need to make 75 grand a year to quit your job. You got a spouse that's working. That, maybe you don't want to quit your job. So you need to first design a vision for your life. What do you want your life to look like? If you want to make $1 million a year, that sounds awesome. But what you may not realize is you need a huge staff to do that. You need to spend a lot of money on marketing. As you scale, your margins get smaller. That is true. It happens. So for you, what do you want your life to look like? Do you want to own a business with 20 employees? Or do you just want some simple freedom where you can work from a coffee shop or from home, or you can live anywhere in the world and just do a few deals here and there? You may not need to do 20 deals a month. You may only need to do 2 or 3, 1. So what I want to challenge you to do is think of this backwards. Most of us have a business, a job. It's in the center of our life. And then life fits in all around that. When I figured this out, this was revolutionary for me. Completely changed everything. This guy said to me, Joe, start designing a vision for your life first, and then design a business around that. So I said, all right, vision for my life. My wife and I go to church. We love the Lord. We want to give a lot of money away to charity. We want to be able to travel around the world, do short-term missions trips. We want to homeschool our kids so we can teach them and travel around the world with them. I want an office where I can work from home, and I have a separate little carriage house where I work from. My wife homeschools the kids over there, and the other part of the house, like it's a separate little thing. Cool, great. We wanted to live on a 3-acre property surrounded by trees. It's private. We wrote that down. We started planning on it, praying about it, envisioning it, and things like that. And I designed, so I realized, all right, to live this kind of lifestyle, I don't need to be making $20 million a year. I could live like that on maybe just 20 or 30 grand a month. 20 or 30 grand a month, that's pretty good. Now, it's going to be different for some of you guys. Some of you may you can live on because you don't have much debt. Maybe you don't have any kids. Maybe you don't want to travel, whatever. You can live, if you have zero debt, you can live very high on the hog. That's redneck for rich, with only $5,000-$6,000 a month. And that, guys, is one deal every 2 months. And you can do that in your sleep once you learn this business. So I want you to have realistic goals. I don't want you to think that you have to have success in this business. You need to have 100 grand a month or 100 grand a year. And maybe it's different for everybody. So I want to challenge you with this. Design what you want your life to look like first, and then design a business around that. Maybe for you, you only want to work 20 hours a week on the business. Maybe it's just do one deal a year, one deal a month, 2 deals every 2 months, whatever it is for you. And here's the other thing I want to tell you. Now that you've kind of figured out what you want your life to look like, you got a business. Now you need to create a plan that fulfills the vision for your life, which means you figure out, okay, well, if I want to take 2 big, nice vacations a year, I want my wife to quit her job, my husband to quit his job. I need to replace my salary, plus add some more for other expenses and more taxes, and maybe more health insurance costs or whatever. So, if you're making 50 grand a year now, you probably need to make 75 grand a year to live on the same income. Just saying, after taxes and your own insurance and stuff like that. But if maybe you're a coach of your kids' baseball teams, you can only work 25, 30 hours a week in the business. So good. Forget about the money for a minute. Forget about the money. What would your ideal day look like? And then how much money would you need to make to support that kind of a lifestyle? You guys can do this real quickly and easily on a piece of paper or a spreadsheet. But here's the point I want to make. I want you to break down all of this into goals you can control. You can't control that your average profit on a deal is $8,500 per deal. If that's what your monthly goal is, you can't control that you need to make 30 offers to get one deal. You can't control that in order to make 30 offers, you need to send, 3,000 postcards. But what you can control is the daily, everyday stuff. What you can control is a marketing plan. And this can be on a napkin. But I want you to write down, and my students in my land course, so I give them a scorecard. And the scorecard, the more important things you get more points on. It's your daily activity sheet. What you can control is, all right, every day I'm going to do blank. And what is that for you? It could be every day I'm going to handwrite 20 letters. I'm going to call 5 realtors. Remember, I don't know if you saw me in the earlier video, I was talking about something that's working really well for folks is they are reaching out and contacting some of the top producing realtors in other markets where they're flipping land and telling them, hey, listen, if you're doing a lot of houses, that's awesome. You're a big top producing agent doing a lot of houses. If you ever come across a vacant land lead, a vacant lot, send it to me. I'll pay you 10% commissions on the buy side. And then I'll use you can sell it for me and I'll pay you another 10% commissions. There's some friends that are doing that and they're killing it right now. Just getting referrals from other agents that are doing houses. They don't do vacant land. And you call them, tell them, reach out to them privately, personally, with your cell phone and say, hey, I'm a land investor. I'll pay you 10% commissions on the buy side and 10% commissions on the sell side. Bring me all your land leads. I'll buy them all. You'll start to get realtors that refer these things to you. Okay. All right. So, but you can break down your marketing plan now into things you can control. Every day you're going to send 20 letters. And the cool thing now about with the FreedomSoft updates, they just launched the Joe McCall signature edition of the direct mail. Is soon this week. Hopefully we'll have my direct mail templates in there, the sequences. So you can send 20 postcards a day, 20 letters a day, 100 a week, 500 a week, totally up to you. And the price is the same per piece. So you're not paying way more if you're just sending a few of them. It's absolutely amazing. You can do it all right inside of FreedomSoft. So I'm excited about that because some of you got a lot of money for budget for marketing. Some of you don't have very much, but every day, what are you going to do? That's what you can control. You believe that you can do this now. Now it's time to take that belief into action. And you need to know every day. Here's some suggestions. Write this down. Number 1, you're going to send 25 letters a day to vacant landowners. While you're watching Better Call Saul at night. Now, don't tell me what happens. I've got 4 episodes left of the final season. Okay. Is anybody else watching Better Call Saul? It's not as good as Breaking Bad. And I would never let my kids watch it. So I don't know if I should be watching it. But whatever. You're watching TV at night when you shouldn't be. Why not write some handwrite some letters or print some letters and just handwrite the envelopes? So one of the things you could do on your marketing plan on the back of a napkin is every day I'm going to send 25 letters. All right. What else can you do? These things don't cost much money. What if you called 2 realtors a day? Just call 2 realtors who were doing a lot of listings for houses and ask them about their vacant land leads. What are they doing with them? You do that. What if you called some older land listings in some of your markets? Go to Redfin, Zillow, look for properties that have been listed for over 6 months. Call the realtors up and ask them, hey, is your seller, are they certainly must not be. This looks like a nice property. I'm surprised it hasn't sold yet. What do you think is going on? I'm interested in buying it, but I can't pay anywhere near what they're asking. How negotiable are they on their price? I'm seeing some other properties here that have sold. Sometimes a realtor has no idea, and you show them on the phone. I see some properties here that sold for 25% of that in the last year. Would they entertain any kind of offer like that? Realtor may just say, maybe go ahead and submit an offer. Tell me and tell that realtor, hey, listen, you can represent me. You can get both sides of the commission, but I'm going to be way farther away from that number. So, but anyway, here's my point. That's another thing you could do. Call realtors of older land listings. What else could you do? You could call other land investors. Say, hey, listen, I'm just getting started. Do you have any old leads that you want help with following up on? Maybe you can follow up on their old leads for them. All right. So every day, what can you do? Make some phone calls, send some letters. Easy. And you don't even have to do FreedomSoft or know how to use FreedomSoft to do that. So if you want to be wealthy and do a lot of deals, make a lot of money in real estate, you need to have a daily plan. And then this is really important. Write this down. You've got your 3 things that you're going to do every day, every week. Maybe it's send 500 postcards a week. I don't know, but every day it's something. Eventually, then you're going to write down, all right, I'm going to make at least 1 offer a day. Just start with that. 2 offers a day. What if you made it a goal? Ooh, this is good. Ready? Ready? I'm going to build the suspense. I'm going to take a sip of water. What if you said, I'm going to talk to 5 sellers a day? That's it. That's all you did. Talk to 5 sellers a day, whether you're doing houses or land. That's all you did. Talk to 5. And when you talk to them, just ask them about the house. Ask them about the vacant lot. Tell me a little bit about it. And pretend you get it in your head. All right, I've got $100,000 burning a hole in my pocket. I'm looking for something to buy. Can you tell me about your vacant lot? What if you went to Facebook Marketplace and found people that are advertising vacant land for sale there? Yeah, they might be wholesalers, but call them up. It's good practice. Pretend like you are an investor or just a land buyer and you're looking to buy land and ask them questions. Just tell me about this property. Looks nice. What's the area like? Does it have any utilities? Okay, so they're at what, if you were to sell it today, what's the least you'd take for it? Why should I buy your property for 30 when there's another property here on Zillow for 20? Maybe yours has a better view or yours is nicer, more buildable. I don't know. Start calling and talking to people. Listen, the money is made on the phone. This is very simple stuff here, right? I've not talked about any kind of technical, tactical stuff yet. Starting with a belief. Now we're coming down to making a plan, and a really simple plan. Just talk to 5 sellers a day. Everybody listening to me right now, everybody, I guarantee there is somebody on here that's going to be taking my advice and talking to 5 sellers a day. If you talk to 5 sellers a day for 3 months, I will guarantee you will do deals. I don't know. What if I put it out there that I would pay you $5,000 if you did not do a deal in 3 months after talking to 5 sellers a day or realtors? Could you do it? All right, hold on. My wife's texting me. Shane Walter website. Maybe. Sorry, guys. Okay. My wife needs help with something, so she might be coming up here with her laptop. All right. So talk to five. I could, I'm not saying I'm doing this, but I could, and maybe I should. I will put a challenge out there. If you talk to 5 sellers or 5 realtors a day, that's 25 in a week. That's 100 in a month. For 3 months, that's 300. You will do deals. And if you don't do a deal, I'll pay you $5,000. I just know it'll work. But, you may not want it bad enough. That's okay. That's fine. You'll find some excuse, but we've talked about that. We're here to make money, not excuses. You can choose one or the other. You can't do both. You can make money or you can make excuses, but you can't make both at the same time. So I'm telling you right now, the shortcut, the key to success, making a lot of money in this business, is just talking to people. It's called the flap your lips method. Pick up the phone, call some sellers, call some realtors, call some property managers, call some investors, and just talk to them. Pretend like you are looking for deals. That's all. Okay. Now you will find some deals. You will find somebody that brings you a property. That's where, my course will teach you how to make offers on that. It's very simple and easy. Make sense? All right. Have you written down your 3 things that you're going to do? What's your freedom number? You got to write it down. 8,500 a month, 1 deal a month. Okay. Now let's talk real quick about developing a wealth mindset. This was so good here. I don't know whether to put this at the top or the bottom of my mind map, but I'm just going to talk about it right now because this is critical and won't take me long. And then we're going to be talking on the 3 keys to success: marketing, automation, delegation. And we'll be done. And I'll talk a little bit about, if you want to get into my land course, if you haven't already, I'll be sharing with you on how to get into that. Got a special offer for you right now. But this, when you get the mind map, you'll see I borrowed this from a friend of mine, Myron Golden, who's really smart, brilliant. I don't know what you'd call him, an advisor, but you just look him up on YouTube. But this is being recorded. Yes. Okay. Wealth is not solely determined by the amount of money that you have. It is determined by how you think about money. Financial status is determined by the person's mindset around money rather than social status, ethnicity, or a job. And if you think about this, everybody has different perspectives on money. It's kind of like he uses the analogy. Well, that's next. I'll actually get to that here in a second. The psychology of rich people, poor people, and middle-class people differ significantly. And we're all in different places. How we view money, wealth, it's all different. And it's important to understand your perspective on things. Different people look at the same thing, the same event, and have different perspectives on it. So like if you imagine there's an intersection, all right, there's an accident happens in the intersection. There's somebody on all 4 corners of that intersection. They see the same accident. They have a different perspective on what happened. Maybe they think this person flew through the red light, but they didn't see that the light was actually green. Maybe they saw from this perspective that, somebody went through and wasn't looking, or they shouldn't have gone when they should have stopped, or whatever. So it's critical and important to consider your perspective on money when trying to develop a wealthy mindset. So there are 3 different psychological approaches to money. People either see money as primarily meant as a way to pay bills and buy things. Poor people see money as a way to pay bills and buy things. Now, obviously, whether you're rich or poor, whatever, you have to do that. Everybody has to pay bills and buy things. But primarily, are you seeing money as a way to pay bills or buy things? Okay. Middle-class people focus on creating and maintaining good credit, which is frustrating because that's stupid. Focusing on your credit, all that does is get you into more and more debt. Rich people, though, see money as a tool for creating more money. And I want to challenge your thinking with this. What are you going to be in your mind? You're thinking, man, I want to make a lot of money. I want to do a lot of deals. But you also need to be thinking now in terms of how can you think bigger, think like a wealthy person, seeing money as a tool for creating more money. Therefore, it's important to create systems. Owning systems is crucial to creating a steady flow of income and building long-term wealth. So there's things you could do. Writing a book could be, if you're interested in the knowledge economy, or flipping vacant land. These are examples of systems. Systems create passive income, which is crucial for building long-term wealth. So I want you to start thinking about passive income. And the whole point of this is start thinking about assets that produce income. Investing in opportunities over guarantees. This is important. Rich people seek opportunities while poor and middle-class people prefer guarantees. People must adopt the psychology of rich people to seek opportunities rather than guarantees. Some people are like, man, I will only buy this course or only invest in this marketing or only do this, buy this system if I'm guaranteed that I'll have results. You'll never see it. Investing in opportunities is the way to create significant wealth over time. See, there's two kinds of people in the world. There's problem finders and problem solvers, or I like to phrase it, consumers and producers. Or there are the drifters or the driven. Who are you going to be? Are you a problem finder, just a consumer, drifting around? Or are you a problem solver, producing, being driven by something bigger than yourself? The value of time. To the rich, time is more valuable than money. Rich people use their time to make more money, while poor people trade their time for money. Wealthy people value their time and invest in creating passive incomes streams. See, wealthy people think differently about money. Rich people view money as a tool for creating more money rather than for consumption. Rich people have a long-term perspective on money. They invest their money to create passive income and build wealth over time. Make sense? So how do you avoid the psychology of poverty? You must develop a wealth mindset. You should seek to create systems and invest in opportunities to generate wealth. And a wealthy mindset prioritizes long-term thinking and starts investing in assets, right? Building a legacy. Wealthy people think about building a legacy for future generations. Investing in assets that generate passive income is critical to creating a long-term legacy. Wealthy people prioritize creating value for future generations. Make sense? So quick review of all this. And I'm going through this really, really fast. If you want to be rich, you need to think like rich people. Think about long-term wealth and assets that generate cash flow. Learn to invest in yourself, in your education, in your business. Learn to create systems and invest in opportunities that will generate wealth over time. Cool? All right, summarize all of this, and then we're going to be diving into the 3 keys to success. Kind of already been chatting about it, but focus will make you rich, right? Shiny objects will make you go blind. So you need to make sure you're focusing on the right things. Now, here's another article I found, The Top Ways to Stay Poor. This is from a guy named Alex Hormozi, and his link when you get the mind map is right here. And I just kind of summarized some of what he was saying in this article because it was so good. Best way to stay poor, start tomorrow. Watch a lot of videos, listen to a lot of podcasts, and then do nothing. Don't take any action. Wait for conditions to be perfect. Procrastinate, waste a bunch of time. Start tomorrow. Another great way to stay poor, make excuses. Avoid discomfort, complain, blame your circumstances. Fail once, quit forever. Avoid risk and uncertainty. Always look for guarantees. That's how you can stay poor. Is this convicting to anybody here? It is to me even. I'm doing pretty well. But man, I am always trying to avoid risk and uncertainty. I want guarantees, dang it. I don't like discomfort. This applies to everybody listening to me right now. So don't feel bad if this is applying to you a little too much, but I'm hoping to get you a little uncomfortable. I want to make sure you guys are still with me. You're all paying attention and listening, right? Type in the chat, please, right now. Good stuff, Joe. Keep it going. I can relate. I don't want to be poor. All right, good. You guys are here with me now. Another great way to stay poor, take advice from poor people on how to be rich. Oh my gosh. Yep. Jeff says, I've been poor and it sucks. Another great way to stay poor, be closed-minded and unwilling to learn. Oh, it's so good. Think you know it all. You've had success in this one other area and you think it applies to this other area in your life. And, maybe you got into this business when the market hit bottom in 2012. It's been on a tear up ever since. Everything you've touched has turned to gold. You think you know how it all works? Well, things are changing right now. You need to be willing to learn how to change with it. We all need to be a little bit more open-minded. Don't set goals and have a plan. That's a great way to stay poor. Yeah, you don't need goals. They're not important. You don't need to have a plan. Just wing it. You'll figure it out. No, you won't. Those are great ways to stay poor. Start tomorrow. Make excuses. Take advice from poor people. Be closed-minded. Be unwilling to learn. And don't have goals or don't make goals or have a plan. All right, cool. I'm going to jump now into the 3 keys to success. This won't take me long, but I think these are things that I have found in the past that if you're going to have a successful business, your business needs to be focused on these 3 things. These are kind of your 3 priorities: marketing, automation, delegation. I call it the MAD system. Marketing, automation, delegation. So marketing is everything. Talk about this a lot. We're not in the real estate investing business. We're in the marketing business, aren't we? In fact, you know what? I've got to get a water. So I'm going to just pause right now. Will you guys give me a minute as I go through this here? Would that be all right? Okay. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'm just going to get some water. And maybe let's do this. While I'm going to just a minute. Type in the chat, please. What has been your biggest takeaway so far? Write down in the chat. Real quick, just a sentence. What has been your biggest takeaway so far? And I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Lots of good takeaways here. Love it. I will succeed. Start now. Focus, focus, focus on just one thing. One step at a time, but take the step. Stay focused on the task at hand. Focus on only one thing. Don't try to do it all, no matter how good it might look or sound. Focus makes you rich. Shiny objects make you go blind. I believe I can do it, and then I will. Oh, thanks. Norbert says that you really care about us. I do. Pick one task and focus on that. Do it simple every day. Good, good, good. Hold on one second here. All right. Adjusting your mindset. Oh, this is good. Stay hydrated, Ken. All right, good. I love it. Marketing automation delegation, 3 keys to success in this business. And I believe if you can master these things, you will, money will never be a problem for you again. Marketing, understand this is the most important thing in our business. We're not in the real estate investing business. We are in the marketing business. 101, business. Business 101, real estate 101, land investing, flipping dirt 101. We are in the marketing business, right? Now, let me talk about marketing real quick. I've already been diving into this a little bit. It starts with picking the right counties, picking the right markets. It starts with where is the demand? And I talk about this a lot, it's just simple as going to landwatch.com, looking in the entire US. We like cheap land, right? So we're going to look for max price, 120 grand, let's just say. I just pulled that number out of something. And these are the biggest states that have most of the properties under 120 grand. So if we look at North Carolina, for example, the third one, Brunswick County is the biggest state, the most activity. Clay County, Jackson County, Cherokee, Macon, Rutherford, Ashe, Caldwell. So don't give me Nash County and say, I don't know why it's not working in Nash County. I can't get any comps, Well, why'd you pick Nash County? Why didn't you pick some of these counties up here? Then the next thing you do is you go to Zillow. Let's go to Redfin. Let's look at Brunswick County. Brunswick County, North Carolina. Oh, look, it's right there on the coast. Sure, it's beautiful out there. Okay, let's look at solds last 3 months. Let's look at home type, land. 444 vacant lots sold in the last 90 days. Cool. That looks good. What's the next county? Clay County. All right. Clay County, North Carolina. 63. Beautiful area. That might be where we want to look next. Jackson County. Let's look at Jackson County. $113. So on this list, it was number 2, or no, Jackson County was number 3, but it actually has more solds than Clay County. So Jackson County might be the next county that I want to go into. All right. So let's say we choose Jackson County. The whole point of what I'm trying to show you is we're following the demand. So this is all we have to look at is where is there a lot of activity? This isn't hard. In the last 90 days, there's been 113 vacant lots that have sold in Jackson County, North Carolina. Do you think maybe that might be a good county to go into? Why is so much vacant land being sold here? Well, look at the views. That's why. Gorgeous. And how far away is it from these cities? Couple hours from Charlotte, couple hours from Atlanta, Knoxville. It's beautiful in the area. It's right in this, I don't know what mountain range this is. It's gorgeous up there. Okay. So picking the right counties, then creating a simple marketing plan. I talked about this already, simple. And let me make it your big goal. Talk to 5 sellers a day. Now, when I say big goal, talk to 5 sellers a day, just be honest with me. I'm curious for your feedback. How many, when I say that, get overwhelmed and intimidated? Say me. If you're overwhelmed or intimidated by having to talk to 5 sellers a day, be honest. It's okay. We all start there. Does that intimidate some of you or not? Tell me yes or no. So it's maybe 50-50. I'm looking at the chat here. So I'm gonna take you into my my land course. I'd say maybe it's 75% yes, it's intimidating, 25% no. Oh, here we go. I have a script. Very simple. So I put it into marketing. Hold on. Marketing. Land seller script. So I also have a cold calling script for land. So this is when you're just cold calling. But this is we'll focus on this one. Real simple. I'll make it big so you can see it. Hey, I was getting back to you about the vacant lot you have available. Now, this could be somebody that called you, or you just cold calling them. I'm getting back to you about the letter that I sent you. I think, do you own a 2.6 acre lot near Jackson in Wilkes County, North Carolina? Oh, okay, cool. It sounds like I caught you in the middle of something. All right. Now let's say they're calling you back or whatever. This is going to be different, whether it's a cold call or it's voicemail, like calling you back from a direct mail. It's going to be different, but it's similar. You'll see here in a second. I'm looking to buy some vacant land in the area today. Do you mind if I ask you some questions to see if this is a property I would be interested in? Okay, great. Now, after our call and we're done, I'll do some research and I'll send you an offer. Is that okay? Something like that. Cool. Confirm their name, contact info, confirm their property information. All I'm doing is asking questions about the property. The key to this is just asking questions. Now, we're calling a seller here, right? You could also do the same thing with realtors when you're calling realtors. Are you the owner of the property? Good. Do you own it free and clear? Is there a mortgage on it? Is it currently listed with the realtor? Do you have any other lots that you're looking to sell? Is there anything else about the property that I need to know? All you're doing is asking questions. Whoever asks the most questions controls the conversation. So you've got to ask questions. Sounds like a nice property in a nice area. This is what I wanted to get to in the script. Why would you even want to sell it? Oh, you're not in a hurry to sell this property, right? When were you hoping to be able to sell it? Have you thought about just listing it with a realtor? What do you think the property is worth? How'd you arrive at that number? Do you think it's a fair price for this crazy market? Well, if I can pay you all cash and close quickly, you don't have to pay any closing costs or worry about any commissions to realtors. What would be the best price that you would consider? Long pause. Sound disappointed. Is that the best you can do? Can you go any lower than that? Ask 3 times. All right, well, I'll do some research and I'll call you back, okay? What's your best email address? Final question. I don't know if we can make the numbers work, but if we could come together on the numbers, could we put a deal together today? Real simple script. Okay. You can also go into these. Let's say you want to go into Jackson County. Let's look at all the vacant land for sale. There's 272 lots for sale. I'm going to go here to filters. I'm going to go time on Redfin, more than 60 days. It dropped from 270 to 224. Let's go longer than 180 days. 168 vacant lots on the market for more than 6 months. Is that right? More than 100? Yeah, more than 6 months. Okay. What if we also went here and we did price reduced in the last 30 days? Here's 8 properties. You could do more than 30 days, maybe. It'd be 55. So over a month ago, these were properties that dropped in price. You can sort this from low to high if you want. Now, here's a lot right here, 10 grand. Scroll down, there's a realtor. Jessica Perry, Western Carolina Properties, Inc. Google her. Here's a first link. Oh my goodness, there's a cell phone number right there, 828-423-4660. Hold on one second. Hi, Lydia. Thank you. Appreciate it. That was my daughter. Oh, and it's good too. Okay. I have a script for realtors in my course. Where'd it go? Here it is. No. Hold on here. And miscellaneous. Here it is. Script. I need to put them in one folder. It's crazy. All right. This lady's name is Jessica. Hey, Jessica. My name is Joe. I'm an investor in St. Louis, and I buy and sell land all around the country. And I'm looking to buy some land in the North Carolina area near where you have this vacant lot, I think, sold, listed for sale, 1 acre. It's for 10 grand near downtown Silva. Do you know what I'm talking about? Cool. Yeah. All right. Do you mind if I ask you some questions? I think, no, wait, this is for listing your properties. Dang it. Hold on. This is the wrong script. Hold on. Simple land flips. Marketing. Well, okay, I'm not going to waste any more time, but I'll just tell you kind of what I do. Hey, Jessica, I'm calling about this property you have. Do you mind if I ask you some questions about the area? What's it like? Cool. I'm looking here. This is looks like it's in an HOA or something like that. Is that right? There's some other properties nearby. Oh, it looks like there are some properties with pretty steep slopes in that area. Is it pretty hilly there? Okay. So this property has been on the market for how long? It looks like, wow, 385 days, over a year. Do you get many calls on this anymore? Okay. Why do you think it hasn't sold yet? It's a great area. Probably because it's so steep. Looking at these pictures. But there's a road access. There's a road to it that makes it easy to get to. Oh, okay. All right. Nice. Well, the seller's certainly not in a hurry to sell it, right? Like, okay. Yeah. By the way, Jessica, I don't have any realtors representing me right now in this area. So if you can help me find a vacant lot to buy, maybe this one, maybe another one, I can let you get both sides of the commissions. Do you guys allow that? Does your broker allow that to happen? All right. Well, this property's been on the, have you ever dropped the price at all on this thing? I'm looking at price drops. By the way, as you practice this stuff, get used to something like Zillow or Redfin so you can scroll down and see any price drops that have happened. It went contingent and then it fell through. It was relisted. They've dropped the price 4 or 5 times. Find this information out. Also, while you're in here, if you click on this map, you click on map nearby homes for sale, and you start zooming out, you can see other vacant land. As I zoom out, all different sizes. I'm going to sort this from low to high. So this is still the cheapest property on here, but I can tell the realtor, wow, I see another property maybe a few miles away that's 2.4 acres for 15 grand. Let me ask you something. How negotiable is the seller on their price? How stuck are they on that number? I'm just asking the questions, right? And then you can switch here quickly to solds in the last year. I want as many sold comps as possible. I have too many, so maybe I zoom in a little bit. Sorted from low to high. Wow. Okay. So yours is one property. I see a 3.4 acre lot here that sold for 10 grand. 3.2 acre lot that sold for 10 grand. Another 3.2. I'm seeing a lot of properties that sold for 10 grand that are 3 acres and bigger. So I don't know if this will work for you or your client, but I don't know. Would they accept anything in like the $1,000 or $2,000 range? Do they just want to get rid of it? Okay. You see what I'm doing here? I'm trying to build a rapport, get her to talk to me, tell me a little bit about the property. Hey, if this one doesn't work out, are there any others that might be available? Let me ask you one more question. If I can get the seller maybe something closer to their asking price, would they consider seller financing or carrying back some of the financing? All right. Here, can you do 5 of those a day? Maybe I made it sound too easy. I don't know. But just 5. Here's my whole point of what I'm trying to say. If you're getting anything out of this, if you want to have success in this business, talk to 5 sellers a day. I guarantee you will have success if you could just talk to 5 sellers a day. 5 realtors, maybe 1 realtor, 2 realtors, 3 realtors a day. Just talk to them. Ask them questions. Pretend like you've got $1 million burning a hole in your pocket and you're just looking for a deal. And you want to make it worth the realtor's time to submit your ridiculous lowball offer so you can tell the realtor, you can represent me, get both sides of the commission. Maybe this deal won't work out. You can find some other properties for me and send them to me. And Hartley, thank you. He says right here, talking to 5 sounds doable. It is. So you don't have to talk to 20 a day. You just got to talk to 5. We're doing an implementation workshop tomorrow, and that's going to be our goal, is just to talk to sellers, just talk to realtors. That's it. And then after you talk to 5, you can bump it up to 10. It's really that easy. Now, here's the key. We're talking about marketing automation delegation, right? When you're first doing this, you're making those calls. Maybe you could hire a VA to do that kind of thing for you. Delegate it out. We have VAs do all of our cold calls for us. Henry Serrano, of all guys on this call who understands this, it's Henry. Do it for 90 days. Talk to 5. You will get a deal. Yeah. Henry knows where I get this from. We have a mutual coach. His name is Claude Diamond. By the way, Henry, at church the other day, I saw a guy that looked like the spitting image of Claude Diamond. And I asked the guy, I said, do you have a brother, long lost cousin in Winter Park, Colorado or San Diego, who his name is Claude Diamond? He said, no, never heard of the guy. And it's funny because Claude looks way younger than he really is. And this guy does too. And I said, I don't know how I got into this, but he started asking me about how old. He said, how old do you think I am? And I said, I wanted to be real careful. So I said, upper 40s, lower 50s. And he laughed. The guy was 65 years old and he looked really young, just like Claude Diamond does. So anyway, talk to 5 sellers a day, guys. That's 25 a week. That's 100 in a month. In 3 months, you've talked to 300 people. Do you think you will do a deal if you talk to 300 people? The answer is yes. Now, here's the key to it also. Here's the key. Write down their name and number and follow up with them. Oh my gosh. Mind blown, mic drop. Follow up with them. Every week, send them an email. Once a month, send them a letter in the physical mail. Send them a voicemail. Call them back up. Follow up with them. Hey, you probably don't remember me. We talked a while ago, a month ago. Do you got any deals? I'm looking for deals. You've got anything? You got any vacant land you're trying to sell? Have you heard of anybody trying to sell some land, having a hard time selling it? Do you know anybody that's got a house that's beat up that just needs a lot of work and they're sick of dealing with it? Do you got anything? Do you got anything? Do you got anything? I know a guy. This is one of my funnest stories, favorite stories to tell. He's kind of a hermit, a real estate. This guy's a kind of a legend in the St. Louis area. I've never met him. I've only heard about him. And he likes to stay in his man cave. He's a kind of a, what do they call those guys? Introverts. And every time he needs money, he comes out of his shell, his cave, and starts and does deals. But you know what he does? Every time he comes out of his cave, he has a Rolodex, whatever you call it these days. I'm not that old. I've never used a Rolodex, but it's like a book of a bunch of phone numbers of players, of people in the business. And he goes through that whole list and calls them and asks them 2 questions. Write this down. Number 1, he asks them, he just calls them all through and he goes through and says, hey, do you got anything? I'm looking for deals. Do you have anything? That's the first question. Do you have any deals? The second question is, are you looking to buy any deals? Are you looking to buy anything or do you have anything to sell? 2 questions. And inevitably, every time he goes through that list, he'll find one person that's got something they want to sell and one person that's got something they want to buy. You know what he does? Puts them together, makes a quick little $5,000, $10,000 assignment fee, and goes back and hides in his cave. Here's the thing. If you're not on the phone, this is your marketing plan. If you're not on the phone, you're not making money. The coffee was really good, period. Thank you. Love you. You got to know, you got to understand, like, if you're not on the phone texting your wife that you love her and thanking her for the coffee, you're going to be sleeping out on the curb. If you know what I mean? If you're not on the phone, you're not making love. You're not making money. This coffee really is good. So if you want to make money in this business, in real estate, back to real estate, you need to be on the phone. Talk to 5 sellers a day. That's it. That's it. Okay. Back to the mind map. And did you guys, oh my gosh, I told you this already. I'm gonna harp on it again because I'm so excited. I talked to a guy who's doing a lot of land deals, coaches a lot of land students. And if you could target realtors that are doing a lot of house deals that spend a lot of money on ads, on Zillow Premier Agents or whatever, and you just start sending them a text, video texts. Hey, Jenny, I don't remember if I showed this to you or not. If you go to Zillow, and we were in Jackson County or something. Well, Charlotte. Let's look at Charlotte. And if we're just looking for everything, no max. And I want all things Charlotte. And let's reset all filters. All right. What I'm looking for here is just looking for realtors that are paying for premier listing agents. Sometimes you can see them here. Here we go. These are premier agents that pay Zillow a lot of money to be featured. Oh, it's not working again. Something's going on. I might have to do this in Safari. But if you go into Zillow and you find the agents that are advertising, they're paying Zillow a lot of money to be featured as one of their premier agents. And you look them up and you can call them and text them and say, hey, like this guy, I don't know why I can't see it right now, but you contact these premier agents that are spending a lot of money, and they're spending a lot of money. They're getting a lot of traction from Zillow. So they're making money to spend money. And you just say, hey, Jim, how you doing? My name is Joe. I'm an investor. I do a lot of land deals in the Charlotte area. I'm looking for vacant land. I don't know if you do anything with them, but I'm willing to pay 10% commissions if you can bring me vacant land deals. And I will also pay you 10% commissions to help me sell the land deals. Now, I buy them off market only. Please don't send me anything that's on market right now. But if you ever find anything, let me know. And I'd love to buy some more vacant land from you. These realtors, guys, they're getting, you may not know this, you may not realize it, but they're getting tons of vacant land listings that they don't do anything with. They don't want to sell a vacant lot for 20 grand. They don't make any money with that. They want to sell these $450,000 houses. So find the top producing agents that are spending a lot of money on ads in the markets you want to be in. And these are not rural. These are more city infill lots in the suburban areas that are really growing, right? Find those realtors, call them up, build a relationship with them, talk to them, get on the phone, say, hey, I'll pay you a lot of money if you bring me vacant land deals. The guys I know that are doing this right now are killing it, and they don't do any other marketing. It's just referral network marketing by calling realtors. Yes, Jeff, those are. Okay. Buy them. I will pay you 10% for leads when I buy them and 10% for leads when I sell them. So you got a marketing plan, real simple. I want to harp on this because it's so important. Then you pull a list of sellers or you pull a list of realtors. You just get on the phone. You're looking for only areas with high demand, 10 plus years of ownership, and they live outside the county. Now I use priced. We were looking at Jackson County. Do you remember? Jackson County. A lot of activity there. It's a beautiful area. We've done maybe 3 or 4 or 5 deals in Jackson County. So go into priced, click price land. Jackson County, North Carolina. Boom. Let's do in Jackson County, it's in the hills, so I don't want the little quarter-acre lots. I only want like the bigger lots. So let's do 2 to 50 acres, 2-acre increments. All I'm going to do here is in-county owner. I'm going to exclude people who live in the county. And I'm going to scroll down here. Last sale date before 2013. Search. So it's pulling all of the people that own vacant land in this hot county. They've owned it for over 10 years. Now, most investors, land investors, do not do this. They're looking for just a small little narrow niche. Maybe they're late on taxes. They're into the niche lists, right? And then they're sending blind offers, which takes a lot of time to analyze and do. I'm downloading them all. Just give them all to me. I'm going to send them a cheap, simple 52 cent postcard. Okay. And you can now, it gives you comps. You can adjust the offers if you want to make, so it tells me what I should offer. And if I sort by owner tree records, most of them are 2 to 4 acres here. Okay. So I could download this list. Let's download this one right here. I'm going to get, let's do this one, 223 records. And I want to use geo pricing. I'm going to get 223 records. It's not going to cost me anything because, oh my gosh, I have 3,300 records discounted. Don't worry, long story. That might be my affiliate commissions or something. I'm going to click continue. I choose the stuff I want to download. I click continue. I want to exclude certain, I exclude church owners, government owners, non-US addresses, same zip code as parcel, and exclude blank addresses. No, I can keep that. Continue. Yeah, thank you, Sam. Sam's reminding me I need to hurry up. Okay. I'm gonna remove duplicate owners. And I'm gonna, I can get it skip trace here if I want, but oh shoot, I just don't have the time to do this. Maybe I'll do a future webinar. I'm going to show you how you can just simply, quickly download a couple hundred records in a hot county, take that list, upload it to FreedomSoft, skip trace it, start cold calling literally within probably 5 to 10 minutes. Start cold calling the list. Let me show you. Let me dive into my FreedomSoft to show you kind of where we've done this already. So this is my FreedomSoft. This is my pipeline. And we just pulled a big list in Charlotte County. Yeah, Annette, it would be good. I'll show it to you. All right, so I'm going to send postcards. No, shoot. You know what? Let me, I've got another list here. Here, my master list. We pulled 18,000 records and we started cold calling them. And let me just pull up one of these as an example. Actually, let me pull up a name that I can pronounce. Frank Fodor. Frank. All right, he owns this vacant lot here in the suburbs of Fort Myers. Go to satellite view. Ta-da! It's a vacant lot next to a house. All right. And sometimes you can get street views. Boom. So this is what the area looks like. They're building new homes there, right? So this guy, I could skip trace him. Skip trace. Owner of record, mailing address, mailing city, mailing state, mailing zip, confirm skip trace. Skip trace one lead, next step, submit order. Pending. Let me refresh the screen. It's done, complete. No matches found. So nothing came up. Let me go to another one. Normally I'd pick 100, 200 of them and skip trace them. Let me go back to my lists. View all. Let's do this one. All right, hopefully this works. Nope, this is in a different country. Okay, I'm not doing too well here, but what you do is, let's do this instead. I'm going to select 20 of them, just in case. Let's select 2 pages. I'm going to select 40 of them, and I'm going to more actions. I'm going to add them to a group here. I'm going to create a new group called test. I'm going to copy them to that new group I just created, test, apply. So now I can quickly and easily find them. So I have this group, test. Here's the 40 in that group right now. All right, I'm going to highlight all of them. I'm going to go to more actions, and I'm going to skip trace. I only pay for the skip tracing of the non-LLCs. So if they're an LLC or trust, I'm not paying for that. Confirm skip trace. Skip trace 40. Next step. Submit order. All right, now it's pending. Refresh. In progress, 10 leads pending. Wow, I'm surprised. Only 8 leads were complete. All right, well, it is what it is. Then I'm going to go here. Let's go back to that list. Remember, I have that little group test. All right, here they all are. I'm going to highlight all of them. I'm going to go here to more actions, and I'm going to do new click to call dialer. I'm going to call this dialer demo, and I'm going to call them from a certain campaign. I'm going to call them from Charlotte County, Florida cold calling campaign. I have a phone number. I bought a phone number inside of FreedomSoft. Next step. Choose my recipients. Remove duplicate numbers. I can remove DNC. I can remove known litigator if I want. You can do a follow-up message after calling, or don't if you want. Sometimes I do, and it just says, I just left you a voicemail about your vacant lot in property city. Comma, property state. Call me. Thanks, Joe. You can include the opt-out text if you want. And then you click complete. So now what happens, I have 19 phone numbers in here. And I can start calling them. Now I can't do this because I'm using the microphone right now on this. But all I do is I click call. Let's see if it works actually right now. This is a frame. And this property. All right, 0.23 acres in Port Charlotte, Florida. I don't know if you can hear this. Oh, it's not working. All right. So you could call them right from your computer. And if it's a lead, you click mark as a lead. If it goes to voicemail, you can click send SMS and it sends them a text. If you, I see I have 4 numbers for Efrain here. Okay. If I call and this second one is him, I can then add the rest of these to my do not call list, or I can skip them. And then I can update this as a, if this is actually the guy, I can mark it as a lead right here. And does that make sense? And then I can change the status. All right. So we're going to be doing this actually in our workshop tomorrow. I'm going to have the microphone and the speaker set up where everybody can hear it. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's scary getting out of your comfort zone, but I'm just showing you how easy this is. Then the next thing after you cold call them, all right, you could go here back to these leads. Let me go back to this list. Remember I made that little group test? I could highlight all 40 of them, go here to more actions, send direct mail. I can choose a sequence. I have a postcard, vacant land postcard. It looks like this. This is 2 postcards. Okay. And I just click send. Boom, just like that. It'll mail those 40 people a postcard. And you can see I did some postcards this morning. I sent 415, didn't work. And that's because I have the zip codes wrong. These are New England properties where it needs a 5-digit zip code. And I only have 4 because it starts with a 0. So I have to have my VAs fix that. But I just sent 40 of these postcards. Cool. And just this morning, click, 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 and I send out the postcards. And the cost of my postcards were 52 cents. Okay. All right. So marketing back here. Pull a list of sellers. This is your marketing plan. Every day, send 20 postcards, send 20 letters, send them to a 24-hour recorded voicemail. Skip trace the list and then cold call them. Yes, Robert, the USPS returns undelivered postcards. Talked about targeting high volume house realtors. Okay. Big goal, talk to 5 sellers a day. That's how you do deals. Simple marketing plan. The key to this all is consistency, guys. Get someone else to do all your marketing for you in spite of you. Because maybe for you, 5 sellers a day. Now, here's the thing. You can't outsource 100% of everything in this business. So you still need to be involved with it somehow. But what if the postcards, the initial cold calling, what if you had a VA do that stuff for you? Now, automation, real simple. Keep your tools simple. No lead left behind. Any system I have is designed with this in mind. No lead is left behind. I highly, highly recommend FreedomSoft Joe. I just showed you how to get a list, how to skip trace it, how to cold call them, how to send them postcard, all inside of FreedomSoft. Sonia is asking, is that postcard template inside of FreedomSoft? Yes and no. They've got a bunch of postcards in there right now. You can see they've got a bunch of things in here like this. Okay. My direct mail is currently being added into FreedomSoft as we speak. But they have a ton of things in here. If you're doing houses, they got postcards and letters with street views. Here's a urgent notice absentee owner postcard. You could use this for vacant land as well. Are you fed up with your vacant lot? Are you sick of, well, you can't say toilet cents and trash. So you'd change that up a little bit, right? How about a letter? Most of these are all postcards, aren't they? All right, here is a yellow handwritten letter with doodles. Here's another one with doodles. Turn your unwanted lot into cash. Oh yeah, this all was just released last week. And you can duplicate this. Check this out. I'm going to change this one into one for vacant land. Okay. So this was, I'm going to copy. This is it right here. I'm going to take this. I'm going to call it land. Turn, and I can double click in here. Turn your unwanted lot into cash. We'll pay cash. We buy vacant lots in any condition. We buy in any area. We pay 100% of the closing costs. Call or text phone number for a fair cash offer today. Turn your unwanted vacant lot into cash. We are a local real estate investment company, and we need to buy one more vacant lot this month. If possible, we would like to buy in whatever their zip code is. So if you want a fast, fair offer on your vacant lot, and you could even add in acreage. So you could even say your, hold on here. Your acres vacant lot in, and let's do city instead of address. In seller variables, no, it'd be insert variable here in, nope. Property city. Make sure the font's all the same. 16, 16, 16, 16. All the fonts are right here. Boom, just like that. I have a vacant lot postcard. It can't be that. Is that cool or what? Let's send one of these. Well, okay, I can't do it now. We got to hurry up and go. I'm so geeking out about this because this is amazing. I'm just going to save changes. This is so awesome. So now you need to do real quick a mail sequence. I'm going to duplicate this one. Edit it. Add new step. I'm going to do that one I just did. Make sure the return information is good. This is coming from my business partner, Matt Bills. Matt, Dream Big Land LLC. All right, so you could do this where you send this one, you send this letter or this postcard out 30 days later. You know, this one goes immediately and this one goes 30 days later. Or let's change this where it's actually, and then this one, $30 days. Okay, so this one will send immediately, and then this one will send 30 days later. Or just that one. Okay, update mail sequence. All right. So watch this. Watch this. This is so cool. I'm going to go into, I have a list here. Postcards, but a lot of these didn't go out because of an error in the zip code. So I'm going to do a search, advanced filters, where the mail sequence with the status of failed because the zip code is wrong. It's loading. So hold on one second. Okay, here we go. You can see it failed because like these ones in Connecticut, there's just a 4-digit zip code. It should be 06117. So I can fix that real quick. I'm going to open this one up. I'm going to change the mailer, the owner's address, and add a 0 right there. Click Save Lead. More actions. I'm going to send this seller, Svetlana Rovoshki, direct mail. I'm going to go right here, click Send Direct Mail, choose a sequence, the one I just did, vacant land, yellow postcard. It's going to send her this one. Send. Boom. Just like that. Sent her a postcard. And you know what my cost was? Well, let me change the group here real quick. Yeah, okay, she's good. She's good. The cost for that letter, that postcard, right here. I'll show it to you. $0.52. I'm on the grow level. It's 52 cents a postcard. And it's like, guys, I just sent one postcard. Normally to get that pricing, you have to buy like 10,000 postcards in advance in bulk. Even at the 62 cents. If I were to send a letter, 87 cents, 77 cents to send a letter, first class. Crazy awesome. All right. So if you're going to get systems, nothing is better right now than FreedomSoft. And you can get virtual assistants that can run it for you. If I wanted to, I could skip trace this lady. Where did she go? I'm going to go here to recent items. It was this lady, Svetlana. Again, she's in Connecticut. All right, I could go right. I just sent her a postcard. You know, if I wanted, I could just create a task. One of these failed here. Which one failed? This one failed. So I'm just going to stop this one. It stopped. It failed because that zip code is wrong, right? But this one is going out. It hasn't sent yet. This is what it's going to look like, by the way. It says during your unwanted lot. There's my FreedomSoft phone number. Call or text that phone number. We're a local real estate investment company. We want to buy one more vacant lot this month. If possible, we'd like to buy in that zip code. If you want a fast, fair offer on your 0.23 acre vacant lot in Port Charlotte, flip this card over. Hold on 1 second. Someone's ringing my doorbell, and my wife is not home, but my daughter is. Hold on 1 second. Hey, how's it going? Hey, can I help you?
Oh, yes. I'm Paul Hatchie with Hatchie Painting. Larry from Signing Express asked me to come by.
Yeah. Okay, let me call my wife. Hold on 1 second. Just wait. Bye-bye. Okay, hang on, guys. I have a painter here at my house. And my wife is home. Okay, good. Hold on. Let me text her. He has to go upstairs and look at our deck because he's painting. Hey, are you at home? The painter's at the front door. Would you mind showing him the deck upstairs? Thanks, bye. Okay. I had to get that taken care of. So this postcard's amazing. 50 something cents, whatever I said. Now this seller, if I wanted to, I could call her right now. Click more actions, skip trace, owner of record, mailing address, mailing city, mailing state, mailing zip, confirm skip trace one lead, next step, submit order, pending. RVAs complete. It didn't match. Okay, you don't pay for it if there's no matches. But if there was phone numbers, it would show up right here. Now, here's the thing. Look at this, guys. If I go into we just started a new campaign for cold calling. I've got 117 leads in here. And I've only been, oh my gosh. I've only been doing this for 2 days. I've got my VAs and I'm using another company to help with this. We're testing my VAs versus this other company. And we did this so we would have leads to call for our workshop tomorrow. Look at this. There's Paula. We skip traced them, called them. And this is from Gavin, one of our VAs. She's not sure about the size. She mentioned maybe under an acre. They're asking 25K. Utilities available in the area, but nothing is set up there yet. It has road access. If we agreed on her price, she can close at any time. Remarks, she is in a hurry and doesn't have much time, and she would prefer to call back with an offer, as she is willing to coordinate with us. Oh, look at this. I could call her right here from right here. I just click on her number. I could call her and talk to her right now. Paula, hey, how you doing? Joe here. Nice. You talked to my assistant earlier about your property. I think you've got and I can pull it up, look it up. I got a 0.2 something acre in Port Charlotte, Florida. Let me look at a map right here. Cool. Let me drag my street view over. Oh, good. Looks like a beautiful area. There's some new homes in the area. Okay. Yeah. Are there any utilities on the property? Street view. Are there any utilities? Looking here at the map, satellite views, zoom in a little bit. What's that park that's right nearby? Okay. Yeah. Is it a wetland? Because I know it is. What's the insurance issues with is it a floodplain or, whatever, what I'm going with this, right? And just ask questions. Okay. What's the least you'd take for this thing? I'm very interested, but what's the least you'd take? Boy, I don't think that would work for me, to be honest. There's a lot of work I have to do to the property. And you know what? If I look this up on Redfin, let me just pull this up. By the way, I pulled this up before I call her. I'm looking to see what are the other vacant lots that are currently for sale in that area, right? Zoom in, table, sort by low to high. Okay, you want 25K for it, 25 grand? Oh man, I don't know if that's going to work. I'm looking here. I see some properties that I could buy right now, similar size for 14,000, 15,000. Is that the lowest you could go? Can you go any lower than that? Boy, okay, man. If I look here at solds right in the area, I'm seeing some solds for, oh no. Seeing some solds for 5 grand, 5,500, 5,500, 7,000. 7,500. And that's just in the last year. Boy, what's the least you could take? I'm just talking her down, right? Bam. She says, okay, I just want to get rid of it. I'm done with it. I'll take 6,000 for it. Could you do that? Oh boy, I don't know if I could do that. Let me just sharpen my pencil, look at some numbers. Let me ask you though, if I could get you that, would you take payments over time? Would you let me pay you over time, maybe do some seller financing or something like that? That wouldn't work for you, would it? Now I've just opened up. I can pay her 5 grand for it, 6 grand for it with payments over time. I buy it for 6 grand with owner financing, sell it for, what could I sell this thing for? If I go to for sale, this is my comp. I could sell it for 15 grand, 16 grand, owner financing all day long. Come on. You see why I get excited about this? All right. Delegation real quick. All the stuff I showed you, and I've gone way longer than I normally do. My apologies. But when it comes to marketing, automation, delegation, number 3, don't ask how, ask who. You need to step away from the computer, start focusing on the $500 an hour activities. Now, when I say step away from the computer, obviously looking at this, talking to the seller on the computer, on the phone, this is a $500 an hour activity right here. Talking to the seller about this lot, right? This is a $500 an hour activity. What is a $5 an hour activity is going through, doing the skip tracing, entering in the details into FreedomSoft and making sure this all works and makes sense. And this is something you can get a VA to do. The initial cold calling, like we've got 117, 119 leads in here right now. We have a VA doing this cold calling for us. We also have another company that's doing this cold calling for us. Now, all we're doing is we're just getting people to raise their hand and say, yeah, I'd consider selling. This guy, he's asking 25K is way too much. He can sell within 30 days if it works. He said that the info online is outdated, including the lot size. And he about to ask for the specific lot size, but the call got disconnected. Boom, give him a call. Talk to him. All right, so I'm excited. Man, we got this workshop coming up tomorrow for 2 days. We're going to be sitting down with 12 students, and we're going to be making calls, making offers, doing deals. So excited because we figured out this marketing automation delegation thing. Now, where do you find, hire, and train VAs? I recommend 2 sites, Upwork, onlinejobs.ph. Some important notes when you hire VAs, pay well. You want to find VAs that have cold calling experience already. Hire 2 or 3 at once, test them, and keep the best one. And let us train them. You can use FreedomSoft tutorials, send them to my courses, have them join our daily coaching calls. You just need to understand the process and how it all works and plug your VAs into our system. Let us train them for you. Okay. Awesome. Now, real quick, we're going to wrap it up. The easiest and fastest way to make money in real estate today, my opinion, is land. Flip dirt, not houses. Land beats houses every time. Why? Because guys, look at these properties. There's a ton of them there. And look at this. But Joe, what about competition? Last 3 months in that little area, last 6 months, 25 properties have sold in the last 6 months in just this little area, vacant lots. They're selling for 10 grand on the cheap end. Scroll down. They're selling for 25, 30 grand. Nobody's targeting these vacant lots either. Look at this real quick. Go to Zillow. Let's look at Florida. Home type. Land. Apply. Sold. Apply. More. Sold in the last 90 days in Florida. Apply. 13,767 vacant lots sold in the last 90 days. And I'm targeting this area right here. See this cluster of yellows? This isn't rocket science. I'm not worried about you guys knowing where I'm going in because there is so much opportunity out here. I pulled a list of 17,000 records. It's going to take me 6 months to go through all of them. I'm targeting these areas right here. Look how much activity has happened here. You kidding me? All right. Yeah, it's not rocket science. There's 4,500 vacant lots that have sold here in the last 90 days. Somebody is wholesaling them. Somebody give me an amen. Hallelujah. All right. I'm trying to give you an abundant mindset here. Now, Jeff, I'll make you an offer, but it won't be cheap. I mean, it won't be nice. I mean, it'll be cheap. I'm making offers at 25 cents on the dollar from what I could sell them for today. If you've got some, Jeff, then yeah, I'll buy them all day long. We just did a small little campaign in Charlotte, in the Charlotte County area, 3-4 months ago, and we're on our 4th or 5th deal there. 2 of them are assignment fees. We're in the middle of closing it right now. Will be 20 grand each. Our average profits on the other ones were about $8,000. Didn't a hurricane just go through here too? But we're selling them like crazy. All right. So I love vacant land for a lot of reasons. Now I have a program. If you invest with me in the program and you just complete it, you get all your money back. Why do I do that? It's one of the ways I do deals. I want to invest in people who take massive imperfect action. I know if you go through my program, you'll have success. You'll start doing deals. You'll become a raving fan and a customer of mine for life. You buy other things. You might buy software done for you, marketing services, coaching. You'll tell other people about me. You'll give me a referral. And this is why I do what I do. If you go to joemccall.com, go to reviews. Jeff, I might be interested. Jeff, I'm going to send you my email, Jeff. Okay. Also send it to this guy. Send it to me and him. Okay. So these are reviews and testimonials I get from students. I'm still scrolling. I'm going. I know I'm making you motion sickness, but I'm trying to get to the bottom of this page where I have business completion challenge refunds. Interviews I've done with students. Okay, here we go. Look at this. These are business completion challenges. People have completed my course and gotten their money back. Why do I do this? It's one way I do deals. A lot of these students bring me deals. I partner with them on it. I invest with them on the deals. I buy the deals from them. I also get great testimonials. All you got to do is complete the program, make 25 written offers, and I will refund your money. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not. To date, I've refunded over $250,000 in business completion challenge refunds. My goal is to refund $1 million in business course completion challenge refunds because I want to invest in people who take massive, imperfect actions. All right. And some of you guys are going to bring me deals. So all you got to do is go through my program and you get your investment back. This is what you get. And I'm going to give you guys a link. When you go here, if you want to get to my program, this is what it's going to look like. And I'm going to put this link in the Zoom chat. Come on now. Send. I put the link in the Zoom chat. All right. This is what you get. 6 modules of my land class. I sell it on my website for $5,000. You get it for 50% off. You complete it within 6 months from when you start. You have 6 months to make 25 offers. Go through the program, make 25 offers. And those are offers in response to people who get your marketing. And I'll refund you 100% of your investment in the course. Or if that's not enough, I will double your money back. So if you don't double your money in 12 months using my course, I will double your refund back. I'm going to give you some free bonuses here. We're going to do your marketing for you. We'll pull your list and send the letters for you. We'll do system setup and support. We'll set up FreedomSoft for you. We'll set up your voicemails. We'll set up your websites. We'll set up everything for you. I have a team of VAs that will do that for you. I do private weekly group coaching calls. We do additional deal review calls. You can schedule a one-on-one call with me after you go through the course and you have written down all your questions. If you want me to review the counties that you've selected, you can schedule a one-on-one call with me. I enjoy doing those. We'll have a private Facebook community where you can network and do deals with each other. We'll give you free comp and due diligence reports up to 10 a month. We'll give you comp reports, due diligence reports that you can use to analyze your deals. We have funding for your deals, all the money you could need to buy your land deals, the ones that we teach you how to get. We don't have funding for the $20 million commercial vacant lots next to Walmart. We don't have money for those, but the lots that we do, the smaller little lots that we're buying for, most of ours that we buy we're buying for $5 to $10,000. We'll fund those deals for you and you can partner with me on your deals. This is basically coaching business in a box. You want to have success with flipping vacant land. You need to learn how to do it. So let me teach you how to do what we do, right? You also want somebody to hold your hands, help you if you have questions all along the way, right? You want somebody that can do the difficult techie stuff for you and with you. We'll show you how to do what we do, and we'll also do it for you as well. And you want a place to go where you can get questions, get your questions answered. So this is a business in a box we're giving to you. Why? Because I want to do more deals. Just now on this call, Jeff said, hey, I got some properties that I have not listed yet. I'll be willing to sell one of them to you for $2,000. Come on, Jeff. I gave him my email address. This is why I do what I do. I want to do more deals. I want to do more deals. Why? Because I believe this can work and I believe it can work for me. I have an abundant mindset. I'm open book. I'll show you the counties that we're in. I'll show you the deals that we're doing. Tomorrow and the next day, we're having 12 students come into a conference room at a hotel nearby. And we're going to get on the phone. We're going to talk to sellers. We're going to make offers. We're going to do deals. We're going to roll up. This is what I love to do. Come on, let's go. Life's too short to sit around and watch another podcast or read another book or watch another YouTube video. Let's do some deals. And so if you're willing to invest in yourself, I'm willing to invest in you. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. My philosophy is real simple. If I can't make you money, then I don't deserve yours. So yes, my course isn't cheap. Of course, it's expensive. I only want to work with people that are willing to invest in themselves and in their business. So if you go to simplelandclass.com/survey, it's $24.97 or 3 payments of $9.97. Listen, if you go to simplelandclass.com/survey, oh, awesome, Jeff, we can talk about it then. There'll be an option where you can pay with PayPal. And if you can pay this with PayPal financing, complete the program, let me pay your PayPal bill for you. All right. If you have any questions about all of this, just text or dial 636-249-1510, 636-249-1510. Okay. We'll answer your questions that you have. You maybe want to split it up on a couple cards or whatever. People always ask too, hey, can I just bring you a deal and you can buy it? No, I only partner with people who are students on my deals. Okay. You're going to get 6 modules of my Simple Land Flips class. I'm knocking 50% off what I sell it for on my website. You go there right now. I buy it. I sell it for $5,000 without these bonuses. Complete the course within 6 months. Show me you've made at least 25 written offers, and I'm going to give you 100% of your investment back. These are free bonuses that you get. You get the course, but these bonuses, this done for you stuff and the coaching, I should be charging $10,000 for all of this. I should. I just want to get more people into it. We'll do your marketing for you. We'll set up the systems for you. We'll do private weekly calls, group calls, weekly deal review calls. You get to schedule a one-on-one call with me after you go through the program. We have a private Facebook community. You can network, do deals with each other, post your wins, post your questions. My VAs will give you free comp reports and 10 free due diligence reports every month. We have unlimited funding for all the deals that you could need money for. And you can also partner with us if you want on deals. You don't have to use our funding either. I'm going to show you how you can raise your own private money or use your own money or use business credit cards. And you don't have to partner with me on deals if you don't want, but that's why I'm giving the money back. Every week, I'm refunding 2-3 people every week who completed the program and have made 25 written offers. It's a no-brainer. I'm taking away your excuses to fail. All right. So this has been a fun webinar. Again, go to simplelandclass.com/survey, simplelandclass.com/survey. I'm going to put the link again one more time here in the Zoom chat. Appreciate you guys. Let's wrap this up. A lot of you are still on here. I appreciate you letting me go long. Thank you, everybody.